You found Channel 13. Keep watching. Keep watching. Keep watching. Keep watching. Keep watching. This transmission carries with it nothing of value.
It's a different day.
Yeah.
Completely.
Nope.
Everything's different. Everybody's different. I just
Starting
wear
this
the
off
same
sober.
shirt every day.
I actually do.
So last episode we discussed Creepshow 2, and I don't think.
No,
To
we
be
didn't.
perfectly honest.
We talked about the first one. We're going to talk about the second one in this one.
Oh, I'm sorry, Creepshow 1. And
Yeah,
I meant Creepshow 2 as in also, but
What?
yeah. Dave, you mentioned Maximum Overdrive. Who gives a shit about Maximum Overdrive, honestly?
Amelia Estevez.
He doesn't give a shit. He doesn't give a shit about anything because he's
Probably gets a check from that movie still.
From who? You?
No, I mean, I own my copy. He's already
Where
made
is
his
this
money off
played?
me.
Where Maximum Overdrive isn't even on Shudder for $6 a month.
I think it actually is on Shudder.
I don't think it is.
I feel like it was. But I don't know. There's got to be the equivalent of a Channel 43,
He gets more
afternoon
money
Saturday
off
thing.
of Breakfast Club and Young Guns. Maximum Overdrive, if he gets royalty checks out of anything,
He gets Mighty Ducks money.
is that money? I
Oh, that
that's a
movie's
Disney
money.
movie. I would assume that like is played on Disney channels,
Yeah, I mean, it's on Disney Plus and such.
Disney Plus and such. I'd like that channel, Disney Plus and such. It's just Emilio Estevez masturbating and fingering his ass
What?
Yeah.
Why would Disney put that out for $6.99 a month?
because it's Plus and such. Creepshow 2 obviously took a look at Creepshow 1 and said, wow, 5 segments, those sucked. Let's try 3.
They found
And
the
it
formula.
worked. To me, it worked. Like a 3-segment.
Trifecta.
Yes, Mark.
The Holy Trinity.
I'm still in Mighty Ducks World, so I was thinking Knuckle Puck.
Yeah.
I got
You're
that.
so horny. You're talking about the Mighty Ducks endlessly. Because you
Horny?
love
What?
that young dude from Dawson's Creek.
Joshua Jackson?
Yeah, Jack Off Jackson.
Jack off Jackson. You know 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 Jack off Jackson.
Triple Deke, what a slut. Creepshow 2, we're gonna continue the whole thing where we just yabber about nothing and nobody learns anything about these movies, and they will go, I liked it. So
I do. I like everything.
this movie actually has tits, though. It's on the.
It does. It's got weird, creepy tits.
Yeah.
The water scene. Those
Yeah.
are some. We're not
No, but
supposed to see
there's
those
the tits
boobs.
of the old lady. I used to call her an old lady. She's probably younger than me. in this movie. The lady when she gets up and she's got just her like.
The
jiggle-
driving one.
Yeah.
No. Yeah.
Yeah, it's the third one, yeah.
The hitchhiker.
Yeah.
You're right. Those are nice.
Thanks for the ride, lady.
Thanks, lady.
But that
I feel
lady
like-
she's 30 in the 80s, so she's 47.
Yeah,
Like
true.
just the like when she walks away from sleeping with her prostitute, she's wearing underpants that are up to her boobs, and not because her boobs are sagging, because she's a 47-year-old, 30-year-old.
So with the Naked Gun connection, you have what's his face from the Naked Gun in the first segment that owns the general store. He's Nielsen's boss.
Yeah.
George Kennedy, thank you. And he was in
Cool Hand
Airport
Luke.
Disaster 69 or something like
He was in Cool Hand Luke, so I just kind of stopped there.
Yeah, cool hand Luke.
that.
He was in Airport in 1970.
Airport. Okay. And Airplane is like nearly a remake of that movie. It uses the same soundtrack and everything. And a lot of the same exact lines and they just kind of make fun of it because it's just like a cheesy action movie.
Right.
I don't want to be in this podcast anymore.
No, that's
You're not. Just cut them out. Like when it comes to Creepshow versus Creepshow 2, I enjoy Creepshow 2 far more than Creepshow 1.
First off, the intro to Creepshow 2 is animated by, it seems like the people who did He-Man or G.I. Joe.
No, honestly, what it looks like is those weird CDI Zelda games.
Sure is boring around here.
My boy, this piece is what all true warriors strive for.
I just wonder what Ganon's up to.
Your Majesty, Ganon and his minions have seized the island of Korodai.
How can we help?
It is written, only Link can defeat Ganon.
Great! I'll grab my stuff!
Here's your package, Billy. COD, $9.99. Not expensive for a toy ordered out of a funny paper.
Creepshow is not a funny paper, and this is no toy.
If you've ever seen those.
Yes.
They hired some like I think it was a Russian company that they hired. Like it's just really bizarre. And it's only the only physical ones he's like, "Oh, Billy, you're always here." And it's a guy with like a shitty rubber mask, right? At the beginning, hanging out the back of a truck, sending out the things.
Wasn't he a cartoon all through the beginning? He's only a human at the end? Or I mean like a real at the end?
No, at the beginning he's also, because he goes like, it's literally like a crappy, like, it's not even a rubber mask. It's not like live scream level rubber mask. Actually, it's better than the live scream, which is exceedingly embarrassing. But he turns, he's like, got like, it's clearly like a mask where it's put onto your face. It's not a mask, it's like prosthetic pieces. It's like, "Oh, Billy, you're always here for the first one. It's called Creepshow." And he's like dropping off 200 copies. What a load of shit. He'd be dropping off like 2 copies. The guy would be like, "I'm not paying for these up front." That's what he'd be telling the guy.
Yeah.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
"I'm not paying you for these up front. You come back in a week, and if they sell for these 5 like no one's picking up 55 copies of Creepshow."
I don't know. That kid was super excited about that edition coming out.
Yeah, that like one kid. That was
it's a popular magazine already.
That was me. That was me when I was a kid, and I wasn't popular.
No.
Actually, that guy took me in his van and did a lot of weird stuff.
Old Chief Woodenhead. That is my personal favorite Creepshow story.
Really?
Yep. I love that one. That's the one
I
that
like the dude who's really obsessed with his hair, and he's not even a Native American. He's been in a ton of shit. I've seen him in like a ton of shit.
Is he not? Because he definitely looks at the part.
Nope, they colored him.
His hair is just so dark; it looks right.
That's not what he looks like.
I was even
He
kind
has
of judging
blonde
his skin
hair.
color.
He's a guy that has blonde hair.
Oh my gosh! Oh yeah, you're right. Oh,
wow,
idiots!
You're assholes. So, anyways, that guy is not a Native American. Shut up! I don't know why this one, and it might be because I don't even know if it's any shorter. Creepshow 2 just have that perfect kind of like
rhythm to it.
Yes.
Yeah. Well,
and honestly, this sounds stupid, and this sounds like a stupid thing. But when you get to the raft, but like the 2 guys in that movie, when they're talking at the beginning, they really seem like really good friends. I don't know why. I don't think it's because they're good actors. But like the way they're calling each other Cisco and like I really think when I watched that, I was like, these guys actually pulled off looking like good friends.
My favorite line of the part of the second one, I don't even know what the second one's called, the raft or
yes,
the raft. Okay, the raft.
They're on a raft.
I don't believe.
Are they on a raft? It's not a raft.
It's a floating dock. I don't.
Yeah,
know.
it's not a raft. Stupid name.
But the best line of it is like, I don't believe in oil slicks. I only believe in what I can smell, taste, and touch. That's what he's like. I don't believe in oil slicks. Have you seen an oil slick? I only believe I can taste, smell, and touch. And he starts grabbing his girlfriend. She's like, woo! I'm just like, that's the best line I've ever heard.
we go through everything that happens in that. Now we're down to guy and girl. But that guy who's left is supposed to be like the good guy. He's not a bad guy or anything. Like, and the other dude is such a piece of like garbagey, like man douche, like kind of guy.
Though he's not.
But
really...
he's just grabby feely to his girlfriend. Like he seems inappropriate.
Right.
But the other guy's supposed to be like the good guy, whatever. There's not supposed to be anything wrong with him. And then for no reason, he gets a fucking rapist and he pulls the girl's clothes off or whatever until she wakes up. Now, this girl's supposed to be on high alert because there's a fucking monster underneath their wooden raft, as we're supposed to call it. She's supposed to be on high alert, but this guy can remove part of her clothes. It's a disturbing scene. It makes no sense to the story.
It's weird.
It doesn't make sense.
That's one of those like every part of this is wrong. Tits at some point.
They've already shown tits in this, didn't they? Didn't the other girl show boobs already in this one?
No, the only time you see boobs is
that
when the girl's like sleeping, he's like kind of groping her, but then
you see boobs in the Indian.
Hitchhiker is the last sequence, so you see tits in that.
You see
George Kennedy's tits.
Nice beaver.
Like, it's fine if you're gonna cram in boobs to a movie. I'm totally okay with that.
It's just weird.
It was uncalled for because it was raping.
We need to show tits. How do we show tits? It couldn't be like we're gonna die. Let's fuck. We're scared. Let's fuck. It had to be like this guy just starts raping this girl.
Kind of. It was like he just wakes up. Like it was after. Like, hey, your best friend's you just saw your best friend.
Your girlfriend. And your best friend.
Yeah, get eaten by like some like oil slick blobs.
I mean, they do bring it up that like he's clearly attracted to her, like she's the party girl.
Well, I think
and his girlfriend.
I think aren't they together?
I think they're together. I think they're together.
Yeah, because the party girl and the douche are dead.
Yeah.
So we have like the good guy and the
yeah, you have the good guy and the girl.
No, they don't switch partners.
No, the party girl that's dating the douchebag, she survives. His girlfriend dies. Yes.
No.
Yes. The girl with the red hair, like the girl with that looks like Sissy Spacek, she dies. The douchebag dies, and it shows that he's like really attracted to his friend's girlfriend.
Yeah, I think you're right.
And that's who he starts like basically.
So that even makes it even stranger then.
Well, it shows that earlier, like he's really into her because she's like a party girl, and they really try to show that like his girlfriend is boring and like I saw Noise like once we were hugging ducks on the.
You can go back in time. You can go back in time and you can look at like Revenge of the Nerds, and you can see how in that movie they snuck into the girls' dorm and they put up cameras and they videotaped their boobs. Okay, we can go back in time and we can watch that as kids and be like, oh, that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. Obviously, we realize that's insanely wrong and inappropriate.
Well, he also raped somebody because she thinks he
I forgot about the
boyfriend. Yep. Yeah,
you're right. You're right. I forgot about that and the moon thing. No, that and the moon thing. Yeah, you're right. Oh, that's so inappropriate.
I love that he said he could outswim it, and he just gets pulled through the raft, and that folded up leg that still like freaks me the fuck out.
Wait, can I talk about how the monster burps after he eats that guy at the end? Like after he beats it and it eats him on the beach, you hear the monster burp.
Yeah.
I really like that.
Right, and then it pans over the no swimming sign.
I like that though, because that was that cool. Like when I was a kid watching this, like, oh, you're real into cartoon or whatever. Like,
right.
So the Hitchhiker is one I remember from when I was a kid.
Oh God, she got a shitty husband. She's kind of annoying.
We don't know if she has.
We have no idea if he's a shitty husband. She's a shitty wife.
Don't just say that. She's just hiring a gigolo to pound her wet.
He did give her 6 orgasms, as we learned.
Right. For how much? She was
$150, I think.
Yeah, she was like, that's.
And also, she crushes up another 20, and he says, "Buy a new alarm clock." He says his.
Yeah, the alarm clock. It was
his electric alarm clock reminds me of waking up in nature.
Right. He doesn't want the clock because of the noise that it makes. Like it's a disturbance. He has to have digital because the analog ticks. Like that's the time. It's so perfectly timed for anyone to know. Like I know exactly the noise he's talking about. You know, I don't know. I loved that part. When I rewatched this part 2 for us to bullshit about it, I fucking loved that whole scene.
I got no problems with anchovies.
Oh, they're too salty.
Yeah, we know you don't have a problem with Patrick.
Yeah, you love salty shit.
I'm always disappointed when I order my pizza.
Mark orders pizza, goes all extra Patrick Dempsey.
and all I get is anchovies.
Doc
Sucks.
McLovin, or whatever your name is.
What?
McLovin, isn't that his thing? So, anyways, the hitchhiker, like, I remember, like, my mom dropping me off at school and just being like,
Thanks
I
for
would
the
turn
ride,
around and be
lady.
like, thanks for the ride, lady. Like,
Yeah.
this one stuck with me.
It's
This
so
might
good.
actually be the only reason I like the movie, because they're all terrible. Like, I like tits. So when I was a kid, I was like, titties. And there's no tits in the first one.
Nice beaver.
Surprisingly, they're both rated R, which I think is weird because there's not in the first one. If there's no boobs,
Swearing.
there's no. Is there even swearing? There's no like fuck word in that.
Yeah.
First of all, Creepshow 1 was before there was a PG-13. We've already established this. That's 1984.
So,
The Gremlins.
yeah, make it R. Yeah.
Okay.
So it had to be PG or R.
So Creepshow is 2 hours and 10 minutes,
Right.
and Creepshow 2,
It's an hour and a
Is-
half.
yeah, it's 132.
Yeah.
So.
Because they cut out.
2
they cut
hours
out-
and 10 minutes is insane.
That seems incredibly long for an 80s movie like that.
Yeah. They cut out. Well, they cut out 2 stories.
Holy shit, that's 130 minutes.
So was Stephen King the truck driver?
He was the truck
That
driver.
Okay.
Yep.
Just want to make sure.
Yeah.
I mean, it's about a lady who's cheating on her husband. She's sleeping with a male prostitute. She has to get home at 11:30 because her
Yeah, 'cause
husband's
he's very on time.
right, very on time. And that's the thing I don't like about this, where she just talks to herself a lot. Where she's like,
Oh, what happened to the car, Mrs. Henderson? You're a racist?
The one
'Cause
part of
you
the
were
tape-
Spin Doctors.
yeah.
Oh yeah, I forgot about Spin Doctors.
Spin Doctors is a racist band. I like that rumor. That rumor is great.
I like it a lot, actually.
Yeah.
I'm gonna start that. Let's just
They-
start.
We did.
No, like, let's go onto Reddit and start spreading that.
Yeah. I like 2 out of the 3 stories.
2 out of 3? Really?
You don't like all of them.
The last one is real rough. Hey, lady, thanks for
agree.
the
Oh,
ride.
see, like, that's the one I
agree.
like. Like, when I
Yeah?
think about it,
I
it's
forgot
so
that one.
stupid, though. Like, thanks for the
It's-
ride, lady.
thanks for-
And it's like,
and he's like
and then the
hanging
guy
out in
just
the
opens up
car.
his garage. He's like,
Thanks for
honey?
the- yeah, it's so dumb.
It's short comparatively to the first one, which is like an extra hour, for Christ's sake.
It was 2 extra stories.
Well, that's the problem.
And Stephen King and Romero, they both are in part 2 as part 1?
Yes.
What?
Okay.
Yes.
But then neither of them had anything to do with the third one, correct?
Nobody had anything to do with the third one. Actually, this is interesting. With the third one, they just turned on cameras, and whoever walked in front of it got to be in a movie.
right.
I will recommend part 2. Absolutely. I will say it's better than part 1.
Yes.
I would recommend part 2 for what it is. If I didn't have it on repeat in the 80s or early 90s as a kid, I just saw it today for the first time, I would think it was all just nonsense.
Yeah.
I wouldn't think much of it, to be honest.
Yeah.
But instead, it kind of shaped it.
Mark, what do you think?
I mean, I would have to agree with that. That yes, I grew up kind of with part 2. A little bit with. I mean, it's better than part 1. It's definitely the best of the trilogy. But yeah, I like 2 out of the 3 stories. Once again, if you didn't really grow up with it, watching it now, you'd probably be like, "This fucking sucks." So, yeah.
For me, I would just hope that you two die in a fiery crash.